Yeah, this is a pretty interesting one today, I got to say. I don't get nervous about these. I got a little nervous about this one for some strange reason.
Probably because you have the two people that actually you named your show after.
I Hate Simkin? What do you mean the two people?
We're the two people that hate you.
It's a theme.
No, you know where that name came from, don't you?
No.
That name came from, I have to say, it came from Mike Kruger. They used to play, remember when people watched Much Music? Remember when that was a big deal? Remember the Much Music Video Awards, which was like probably bigger than the Junos in some ways.
Yeah, it was huge.
It was huge. And Mike used to wear a shirt that said, I Hate Simkin.
Okay, I do remember that. Yeah.
So that's where the name came from. Lots of people hate Simkin. You guys don't get the sole credit for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately. The people hated you before we even met you.
That's true.
Yeah.
And after, before, during, and after.
Yeah.
It's just my thing. So we have two members of Theory of a Deadman here. We have, to my right, Tyler Connolly. To my left, Dean Back. Welcome, guys.
It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I wanted to start. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Here's where I wanted to start. I mean, I'll just say it. First band that we ever signed. Before it even was 604, we signed them when it was just 634 300 BC Ltd. I think that's the name that's on that first contract. But where I wanted to start, and we'll come back to the conversation I'm going to reference, but I think the last time I talked to you guys was when you called me with your manager to say, we don't want to be on 604 anymore. Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Was that the last time we
Probably.
talked? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I know for at least 2 years, I hated you so much, I didn't want to think about you, let alone talk to you. That's a joke.
With most breakups,
We're going to start
happens.
a podcast. I Hate Theory of a Deadman.
I hate Theory of a Deadman. Yeah,
And
exactly.
you'll be our first guest.
I do want to talk about that phone call, but we'll get to that in chronological order. Because I have lots of questions about that phone call. I actually really do. But let's start before that. Let's start with how this all started in the first place. So Default was the precursor to 604 because Chad and I worked with Default and got him a deal with TVT.
Yeah.
And it gave me some ideas. It's like, like if we had done that deal a little bit differently with Default, like we should have signed him to a production deal, and then we would have had 4 records that we were shopping and and I'll never forget Chad calling me and saying, hey, I'm going to a party tonight. And I think Tyler, I heard, Tyler from Theory of a Deadman is going to be there and, maybe he wants to talk to us. So my recollections of that party are really, I know I have a cassette that you gave me at that party. You're looking like you have no idea what I mean. It's a long time ago.
No, I know exactly what happened.
I mean,
Do you want me to tell you what happened from
yeah, you must hear it from your perspective.
So it started. There was a girl named Tony, and she was the cousin of Jody. Jody was Chad's girlfriend.
The subject of How You Remind Me.
Was the How You Remind Me girl.
Yeah.
So this was years before How You Remind Me. They were still a couple, and Nickelback wasn't really there yet. I remember seeing them. She would be like, "Oh, come out! My cousin's boyfriend's band's playing, and they're playing at some bar." We go watch them there.
Bakers or something.
Yeah, they'd be at a bar and we watched them. There'd be a couple hundred people there. And I'm like, these guys are really good. And then somehow the 302 demo got to, I guess, Tony gave it to Jody. And Jody was like, this is my friend's band. And then I got a call from Chad saying, hey, it's Chad from Nickelback, Jody's boyfriend or something. And he said, I'm starting a record label with my lawyer. We want to sign you guys. And it was like, I remember, and there's like, tomorrow we're going in the studio. Tonight we're going to Danny from Default's house to jam. And I'm like, what? So I called you and I'm like, Colin's sick to work tomorrow. We got to go to Danny from Default's house.
I actually think it was Jeremy's parents' house.
Yes, that's
Jeremy
right.
Hora?
Yeah.
Yes, Jeremy Hora's parents' house.
From Default.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then Dave was out of town. I think it was just me and you.
Yeah, it was the two of us.
And we went over there. And the next day we went to Greenhouse and recorded 3 songs with Danny. And they were the last song, Point to Prove, and What You Deserve.
That sounds right. Yeah.
It was that fast.
Yeah, but that's funny because I have a
was that
cassette. I
fast.
should have brought it. Like I've got it somewhere in storage, but I have a cassette that you gave me, and I could have sworn it was at a party.
No, it was never a cassette. It was a CD.
And I kind of remember you like sort of, I know you have an invitation of me. I have one of you.
A what?
An invitation.
Let's see
of you.
it.
Because you were
Let's see
like,
it.
oh, I heard you guys might be here. Yeah, I got a cassette. If you guys might want to hear it. Or something like that.
Usually your one is always, we're on running.
Well, I can imitate you singing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it ain't no
Yeah.
surprise.
That's it.
Yeah.
You used to call me and leave messages
Oh, no.
on my phone, on my answer machine. It was just like, dude. And you'd be always on speakerphone. So you'd be way in the background and you would be singing, make up your mind. But that's what happened. It was that fast.
See, that,
Yeah, it
are you
happened real
getting
quick.
that kind of service from Atlantic? Are you getting the head of the company calling you and imitating you on
No, Ron Berman's called me by mistake.
You got a great Berman imitation, but I bet you don't want to do that on this
No,
podcast.
I got so many. Yeah, I've got so many invitations.
What I always loved about the Berman imitation, it wasn't even just the voice. It was somehow pulling the eye. Like, I never understood
It was
how
the eyes. The eyes had a lot to do
It's
with
like,
it.
what does that have to do with anything? But
Got a huge hand.
it was pretty funny.
Banana fingers.
Just gets them in character.
That's right.
Yeah.
But so default, so we get this deal for default. It was a big deal in Vancouver. Like, this local band gets signed. And you're right, Nickelback had the state out. So people were starting to know who they were,
Yep.
but they weren't a household name or anything like that. But we signed you to a production deal.
Mhm.
We didn't sign you to a record deal because there was no record company
No.
at that point. We
And
signed you
yeah.
to that, and we signed you to a weird little sort of publishing deal, which we could talk about that later too. But and then see, because it was different than default, because with default we just had an agreement where we were going to shop them around. So I started working the phones, calling this label, calling that label, but we were already sort of on the path to doing a deal with Roadrunner and Island Def Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't recall, like, we didn't showcase you guys per se, did we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I thought it was already a done deal with Roadrunner.
No. I mean, so we did 3 songs
Yeah.
and then you guys shopped that. And I remember Tom Storm or
Correct.
Storms?
Actually, you were so right about that. Tom Storms,
Yeah.
plural.
He said he loved it.
Correct.
I want to hear more. So he wrote us or you guys a check for whatever it was and said, go record some more. So we went in and recorded, nothing could come between us and leg to stand on.
Yeah.
I've told this story on the podcast, but I'll tell it again because you're so right. Like so we had that 3-song demo.
Yeah.
And I'm in LA with Lilix, of all things.
I remember that band. Yeah, of course.
And I'm making the rounds, calling people like Tom Storms. So I went to Tom Storms' office. Hey, man, I got this demo. And I played it for him. Now, it was at the point where some people I played it for didn't even know who Nickelback was because I would play it. I probably went to 5-6 labels in LA. And they're like, who produced this? A chat from Nickelback. Nickelback. I think I know who that is. But Tom Storms was a fan. Oh, I love Nickelback.
Yeah.
And he called me the next day. Did you guys ever stay in what's that place that they put people up in LA? Like,
Of
Kid
course. The
The
Oakwoods.
Oakwood
Thank you.
Apartments?
The
Yeah,
Oakwoods.
yeah, of course.
So I'm staying in the Oakwoods. He's laughing
Barm.
because you have to be there to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's brutal. But I remember Frankie Munoz from. He was staying there when we were there. Hillary Duff. They had child stars.
That was
there.
the place.
Yeah.
That was the place. So I got a call from Tom Storms. Said, "Hey, dude, just so I'm clear, I'm going into an A&R meeting. Are you shopping Theory of a Deadman or are you shopping your label?" And I never really thought about it like that. And I was like, label. Like slow motion.
There
you
was a
know?
big difference in money at that point.
And then I
Yeah.
remember I called Chad right away. He said, "Okay, cool, dude. I'll call you tomorrow." I called Chad, who, again, it's funny what you remember all these years later. He was in Kentucky. I remember that playing a show. And I said, "Hey, man, I think I just started a bidding war on our label." And Chad's response, "What label?"
Yeah.
I mean, there was a label.
Yeah.
One
I was
step
in
ahead.
that small office on Hastings Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were the only thing we had signed. And it wasn't even a label. It was a production deal.
Yeah.
And so, and that was really, and then it was that perfect storm. The default song goes to number 1. How You Remind Me goes to number 1. Hero
Yeah.
goes to number 1. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to sign our label
That's
that didn't
right.
even exist. But it's funny because why would you guys have been showcasing like that?
We did. It was a Commodore Ballroom. We were opening for the Headstones.
That's right.
And I don't even think Berman showed up because he was so confident.
No, he was there.
Oh, he was there.
I think
he
But
was
there
there.
was like 3
Yeah, yeah.
other labels, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
that
DreamWorks.
were all there.
DreamWorks was there.
Yeah.
There was quite a
And
few.
maybe RCA.
I want to say
and maybe even
Wind Up.
TVT.
Maybe TVT. I remember Wind Up. There's
Was there
quite a
Hollywood?
few. Hollywood Records. What it was?
Jason Jordan.
No, was it
Eric.
Flom? Was it Flom?
Jason Flom.
Jason Flom,
Which was, he was Lava.
Lava.
Lava Atlantic.
Yeah, and we did, and I remember that for some reason I thought the headstones, we were forced on the bill.
Was Holly McNarland on that show too?
No.
Or
I was
just
remember-
there, so it might have been.
or maybe she was
It
just
might
there.
have been.
I remember that they were not happy we were on the bill because it was a showcase
Kinda
for
remember that
us
too.
Yeah.
and not them.
I kind of remember that.
But Ron Berman told me the story where after the show, he went to everybody and was like, "What do you guys think?" And the other our people were like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Yeah, let's get the out of here." And they all left. And then Ron Berman at the end of the street, and he turned around and came back and was like, he was like, "I want to sign you guys." And he did a little 180.
Yeah.
And then I guess it was after that I went to New York, because this was right around 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's making more sense. And then 9/11 was the day Silver Side Up came out. But of
Really?
course, How You Remind Me, But How You Remind Me had already, because it was 3 months before the album came out. And I do have I have a memory of you guys and me and my wife, Jennifer, shopping for clothes for you in the Pacific Center. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We needed the rock and roll makeover
For that
a little
showcase.
bit. Yeah.
For that
okay.
showcase.
We needed the shower badly,
Yeah.
the rock and roll shower.
No, I think we were most worried about Tim Hart. I think we were worried about how he was going to look. I think it was like, we got a challenge with this dude.
Well, whose idea was, I think it was Roadrunner's idea for me to keep the handlebar. Because I don't think I had a handlebar until we signed Roadrunner. I think I had a goatee or something.
Right.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I remember doing showcases in your basement of your house.
Yeah, I remember Steve Herman from Live Nation wanted to be a
You know
manager.
who
didn't
else
have
came
management.
there? Evan Lamberg from Universal Publishing. I was out of town, so Jennifer, my wife, brought him to
my dad's basement.
to your
right.
dad's basement.
And Delta. There you go.
And I did a showcase or two at your basement as well with various
Yeah.
whoever the hell it was.
Yep.
God, so long ago.
Yeah.
How long ago is that? 90? Is that the 90s?
No, it was-
2000?
2000. So
Yeah.
but it's a quarter of a century ago.
Yeah. We look exactly the same, all three of
Yeah.
us. It's amazing.
Well, I've lost about 50 pounds. So look,
I'm still growing.
you're still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay. And then the other thing I thought was funny that I just remembered today, it's funny driving over here. You had a job at Canadian Springs. You used to deliver water to my law office.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But we knew each other, like, because things were starting. It'd be like, oh,
Yeah. Well, I
dude
remember-
from Theory of a Deadman's here delivering water.
yeah. And I don't think I had met you in person, but I knew the name. And then delivering, I was like, Simkin. And I saw Jen and I'm like, is this Jonathan Simkin's office?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm Dean of the Theory of Deadman.
Oh, that's
and then she got
funny.
you from your office to come out. And that was the first time we met in person.
Yeah,
I was
working. That's pretty funny. And then you ended up with Bill McGathy, and you're still there 100 years later.
Yeah. He was the only guy that actually flew us to New York. He's like, I want to fly you here to show you what our management does. And we went in there. And it was me
That's
and
a
Tim.
funky office. Is he still in the same office?
Same office.
Which is like, the first time I walked in, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, it almost felt like one of those places where they're selling things to people. Like,
Yeah,
you ever
yeah.
see those, like, in India where they have those scam
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
centers where
Yeah.
there's
Exactly
like
what it is.
20 young people working the phones. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing? Who are they talking to?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We loved Bill as well because they also were promotions. So they did all the
Right.
radio.
He was a radio
So we
guy.
were like 2 in 1. He's like, we also will manage you and do all your radio promo. We're like, pff.
So I remember the first phone call I got from him, and it was harsh. What the did you sign their publishing? That's like sort of how the phone call started. I said, what? He said, why did you sign them to publishing? I said, I don't know. Somebody told me it would be a good idea to
Yeah.
sign them to, I don't know why. I said, well, you're not publishers. I said, yeah, that's fair. And that was tough for Chad and I a little bit because it was like, it was a bit of a dose of reality. And we did the right thing. We basically ripped the deal up. I think we replaced it with some small little participation on the first album,
okay.
which, by the way, I've never seen a dime on. Not one penny, just
Oh, really?
not a dime.
Dean, pull out your wallet.
Yeah, I was hoping that. But it was a bit of a seminal moment for the label because I remember Chad and I had to really sit down, and I remember kind of going, you know what? Like, it's the same reason we never did 360 deals. I don't want the artist to hate us. What the is that? I don't know. And McGathy was right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't always love Bill McGathy, but he was right in that instance. We weren't publishers. We just did it because somebody told me, hey, it'd be smart to get their publishing.
Get everything.
Yeah, get everything.
These kids are so stupid.
Yeah, they'll do anything.
Yeah.
We would sign anything at that point. We're like,
No, we ripped up the deal, replaced it with a very small participation on the first album. And I'm glad because, that probably would have soured Like, who wants that? Who wants to have, like, one of the main reasons I got out of doing law for everybody was 360 deals, because I was doing all these deals and I was feeling like I was the accomplice in a crime being committed by the major labels. And I would tell these bands, listen, I don't think you should sign this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody else wants to sign this. Yeah, but you're going to regret it. Why don't, and I would write an email. To reiterate our meeting today, I am suggesting you do not sign this agreement.
Yeah.
And I don't want you coming back in 10 years and pointing the finger at me because I'm telling you don't sign it. But everybody signed them anyway. And I eventually went, you know what?
Yeah.
The label's starting to happen. This. I don't need to make a living by sort of helping bands get sort of co-opted into these deals. Like, ugh.
We never signed one ever, thank Lord.
No,
we
you
never
didn't.
did.
But it's funny because, well, I'm assuming you're on one now. No?
360?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I'm not part of it.
No,
Okay,
no.
I just assumed. We had been so kind of everything to you guys, and then all of a sudden McGaffey's there, and it's like,
Yeah, it kind of
It changed the
someone in the
relationship.
middle. Yeah, because you could call me or call whoever, or we would go down. And yeah, then it became, almost sudden it became legit. We had someone that was like, don't call John Simkin anymore. We'll talk to
do
John
that for
Simkin.
you.
We're like, oh.
I never really had a bad relationship with them.
No, I mean, it became a relationship of a business of, we had to try to become successful now.
Yeah, and
So,
I think,
things changed.
looking back at it all, like I always thought we had a good relationship. Like I thought, and it was different than the States. I mean, you're right and you're wrong. Like I would never have like called any of you guys to be like, hey, I need you to sign a piece of paper. But
Yeah.
we talked a lot about everything.
Yeah.
And especially when things sort of divided between the US and Canada. So for example, All or Nothing, I think, is the first time 604 said, well, we don't give a shit if it's not a single in the States. We're going to make a video.
Yep.
And I'm so glad we did.
Yeah, it was a huge song.
And I love that. You know what? It's one of my favorite videos this company's ever made.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Do you
the
think
old
so?
50s. Yeah, the 50s.
the cars.
But there's so many
Car-
funny things in it when you look at it now. Like I watched it a couple nights ago knowing you guys were coming in. And there's all these things I've sort of forgotten. And most of them are funny. Like I love how at the very beginning of the video, like Buddy's getting into his car with the bag of money and the girl comes running out.
Yeah,
Baby, please don't go. Please
Yeah.
don't. And you remember what he does? He puts his hand up. And she's like, it's a weird
No,
moment.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he puts his hand up like,
Don't stop me.
baby, I'm
doing
going
it.
whether you want me to or not. Right? So that's a weird part. The people walking around you in a circle
Yes, I remember filming
is
that.
strange.
I remember filming it and we had to perform and there was just extras continue walking in front of the camera for some weird reason. I'm not sure.
Did you ever see the movie Midnight Express? Remember
Yes.
about the guy who gets caught smuggling drugs from Turkey and then he ends up in jail there?
No, I haven't.
And so he's in jail. It's a brutal movie. It's a great movie, but it's brutal. And like he's in this jail in Turkey for like 6 years. And everybody's so crazy in that jail that you just walk around this pool. And that video sort of reminds me of like, why are they walking in a
Wild
circle
animals.
around the band? It just didn't make sense, yet it was cool. Like it was weird.
Music videos, man, over the years, like we eventually had enough because we would get these recycled. Like I remember sitting in the at the label and they'd throw us a stack of treatments and we'd be like, the band in a warehouse, chains dripping with water.
Yeah.
Dean is feverishly playing bass, 60 frames per second. And we're like,
Slow-mo.
throw it across the room. We're like, if I see one more treatment of the band, it's slow-mo. Or the opposite would be like some weird arty thing where
Yes.
like you're like, there's a television set and then man, his arm is coming out of her. Like, what's going on? So we just started writing our own treatments. And we would go find directors and be like, can you film this? And they're like, sure. And then we actually started doing some, like one of the best ones was Hate My Life was such a great
Yeah.
music video.
Yeah. I agree.
And I ran into him, the director. That was perfect. Let's do it again. Remember we gave him that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fishman. And we would say, that was perfect. Let's do that one more time.
Yeah.
But that video was supposed to be one shot. They filmed the whole thing and it was like ducking under a 2x4 and then going over and getting into a car, driving the car. And it was like, we'd filmed it on the Warner set in Burbank and we got like halfway through the day and they were like, we can't do it. It was because there's so many extras and everyone just keeps the timing. And
What happened? So you didn't do it?
we did it one take up
Did it
until it
differently.
jumped up on the float and then and it was way better.
Oh yeah. Because I remember you were giving me a bad time. I was like, you guys played a show here at the Performance Remember the Scotiabank Performance
Yeah,
I
Theater?
think it was
Yeah.
Ford.
And you're giving me,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
remember why you're giving me a bad time that night?
No.
No, Marion is Trench did a parade video as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I even know your video. What are you talking about?
I was like, hey, yeah, I just assumed you were like, dude, do a parade video. Dude.
I say dude a lot, but do I say dude? Dude.
You did. Yeah, you do.
How dare you? That's
Yeah.
not true. And then the other thing that made me laugh on the what was the video I was talking about?
All or nothing.
Thank you. I was the other thing that made me laugh was so the guy gets to the drag race and he comes
Right.
out of his car with his bag of money. He's all like, and
Yeah.
then the other guy's there waiting, the blonde guy, and they're, and then they start jawing at each other. And then the other guy comes in and he looks like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. And he like separates them.
You're right. I
Come
remember
on,
that.
you idiots. Just get in your
Oh,
cars
yeah.
and race, you stupid idiots.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh. I mean, it's funny watching those videos this weekend was crazy. Like, No Surprise kind of made me laugh too. That's a good video. I'd forgotten how impactful that video was because that was the first video off of Gasoline, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, and that was a big single. And
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I think technically we're supposed to be talking about Gasoline here, but the other thing that made me laugh about that video was I think that's where a Brenner's O face emerges.
Oh, is
No
it?
face.
Yes, that's the first I see him making that face he makes.
Yes. Well, here's the thing I heard. I heard that the faces that guitar players make on stage
Yes.
is their O face.
Yo, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It comes up like 3 or 4 times in that video. I'm like, oh yeah.
So mine's
Brenner.
usually just like sobbing.
Yeah. Crying.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Where is Brenner? Brenner lives where? Like in the South. doesn't he?
Alabama.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
Alabama.
Alabama.
He's got a tractor. He's all about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still live here?
I'm still in Lower Mainland.
Still with your wife?
Yeah.
I'm having, don't tell me because I'm going to, Nancy.
Stacy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
No.
about
You
that.
cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to,
Son
Yeah.
of a
we'll
no,
plug
bitch.
that in.
Stacy. That's right.
And I remember her well because she worked at Safeway.
Yep.
And I used to see her in the pharmacy department.
Yep.
I would, just because I used to live sort of on commercial. She worked at that Safeway's on commercial. You guys got kids? I don't want to get
Yeah.
too personal, but
Yeah. 2 daughters. Yeah.
crazy.
They're now, I guess, 14 and 16.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you never got married, did you?
No, I did. I got married and divorced.
You did?
Yeah.
To
Christine.
Yeah, it's
We got
funny.
married.
When I was writing stuff up for this, you know what I had as one topic? Christine, discuss.
Oh, God. Let's not.
And where's she?
You know, we're still best friends. She's in LA. She's got like remarried and has a kid.
Oh, she has a kid.
Yeah. So she's doing well. But yeah.
Brenner have kids? You said
Yep.
He's got a boy and girl.
Yep. Brenner's, are they 7 and 5 or 8 and 6?
Alabama.
Oh,
Alabama Motel Room. Remember that? Matthew
Yeah,
Good.
Matthew
First Matthew Good single. ever.
Alabama Hotel Room.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
We did how many records? 5?
6.
6 records.
Yeah, it's a 6-record deal.
A lot of success.
Yeah.
Everything went, and then
I
and
mean-
really the last one was the biggest one.
The RX was our biggest song we've ever had
Yeah, I was looking at it recently. It's on like 300 million streams or something on that song.
on Spotify alone. Yeah, I think
Just
it's
Spotify, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's already at 750 million or something. I don't know. Yeah, it'll hit 1 billion.
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean, all your records did well, but that one was, I mean, that was just a hell of a thing to happen 15 years into your career.
Yeah.
That was not. No one expected that. I don't think. But I mean, that record went gold. That record's gonna go platinum from one song, which is not happening anywhere in rock. That was the thing.
Not
Like,
anymore.
no one's getting gold or platinum albums.
Well, the business
anymore.
is unrecognizable from
Yeah.
what it was. I mean, when we first started. I mean, it's funny because I was thinking back to your first record, and if you remember, that happened right around the time Napster happened. And that was a challenge. Like, I remember your first album, and it did well, but we had to offer it for like $8.99 or $7.99
Yeah.
because Napster had just happened. And it was like, I remember calling Chad and being like, dude, like, what the are we going to do? He's like, well, what? I said, well, we just started a record company and nobody buys records,
Yeah.
which is when I started my management company because I was scared of everything at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember offering your record for way cheaper than I was comfortable offering it because that was the only way we were going to sell it.
Yeah.
You know, scary.
Those are the days. We used to go, every album that got released, we went into a store where we were on tour and buy it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cool to do that little customary thing. And we would go take them and put them on the end shells and cover up the whatever, who was Backstreet Boys or something. Wherever we were in America.
Is your opinion that is why it went platinum? Because of your efforts in the record
exactly.
stores?
Like, wow, this today for only one day only.
Yeah, that's pretty
Sales
good.
went through the roof.
So that record does great, even though the business is all up. And then that leads to Gasoline. And Gasoline was interesting for a lot of reasons, right? Number one, you didn't work with Chad.
No.
And that was sort of when that all first sort of started, like and it's funny because, I've had Danny and Dave from Default on recently, and we got into, because I said to Danny and Dave, like, what's the biggest regret about your career? I wasn't fishing for a specific answer. I just said, and Danny said that we didn't work with Chad on the second record.
They did, though, didn't they?
One song.
Yeah, their first single, I thought, maybe.
No, I think it was the end of the process. TBT felt they didn't have what they needed. And so Chad came in and did sort of one song.
Oh, okay.
And maybe he's right about that, and maybe he's wrong. I don't know. But it was different with you guys. It was different. And it was different because, it was at sort of the beginning of Nickelback's second album that the Nickelback sort of pushback started. Yeah, and you guys kind of got, drawn into that. And that was tough, man. I mean, that was tough for me too, because here I was sort of trying to balance, like I wanted you guys to be happy and to feel like you were being treated properly. And I wanted my business partner to, and there were some moments that were rough with that.
It was, there's some things that we got a lot more than Default did. I think that because our sound was a lot closer. I think Chad.
Well, how many times did your theory of a Nickelback?
Yeah. I mean, there was interviews we would do where people were like, "Hey, can you get Chad on the phone right now? Call Chad for us on the line."
It's so brutal because it's not your fault, but it's not his fault either.
No.
I mean, it just kind of.
We just
the
had
press takes their spin and you get caught up in it, and he gets caught up in it, and then I get caught up in it. Like the whole thing just.
Yeah. In hindsight, it's like I really feel like we didn't make a lot of mistakes. We went with our gut, and we're like, we really feel like we need to make some really decisions here, and it's gonna suck.
I don't even know. Do you talk to Chad? I have no idea.
Yeah. Last time he came to LA, I secretly went to the show.
Oh, nice.
Fab was working for him he was the Live Nation accountant. He was like, Tyler, you want to come to the show? I'm like, 100%.
Well, how long ago? So that's not that long ago, probably 3 years ago.
It was with the van. So
like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that
and so he didn't know I was there, and he was playing, and he looked over and he was like, what the like in the microphone, he's like, what the hell's Tyler doing here? So it's pretty cool. And he's like, why didn't you tell me you're going to be here? I would have had you come up. I'm like, that's why I didn't tell you. Yeah. I did not want to come up.
Yeah.
But no, it's great. We hung out after the show and had some drinks, and it's like no time had passed.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Gasoline was such an important record for you, for the label, because it kind of took what had already happened and just kind of, like, suddenly you were getting played on different formats. And suddenly, like, Santa Monica obviously had a huge part of that. No Surprise was a great lead-off single. It did exactly what we wanted. It got you all over rock radio, perfect. Was Santa Monica second?
Yeah.
And that just sort of busted the doors down.
Blew up, yeah.
Because it was getting played on AC radio, and it's getting played, like, all of a sudden you were a ballad band, which you weren't on you had some ballads on the first record, but they didn't quite resonate the way that song did.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing Howard Benson did when he came in. He listened to us, and he was like, what are you guys tuned to? Like, I don't know, B. He's like, let's tune you up. We want to. So he tried to get us into a more of a poppier. So he got me singing way higher, which was not fun, but that's what he really changed. He came in, he's like, we need you guys to get up.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was thinking when I was listening, like, again, I spent a lot of time listening to all the records the last couple of weeks. Like, I think I realized that I like your ballads more than I like your other songs. I mean, I like all your stuff, but those are the ones to me, like, when I look at what I've listened to the most, it's funny. Take a wild guess what Theory of a Deadman song I've listened to more than any other song. It's from Gasoline.
Cinch Me Gone.
Nope. Although I want to talk about that song for a reason.
Metal? What's it?
No, Hello Lonely.
Oh, Hello Lonely, that's right.
I think that is such a beautiful. I never understood why it didn't, because it doesn't really fit a format. Like, it's not really. You wouldn't really necessarily hear that on the radio, but but God, what a beautiful song. Since You've Been Gone is a great song, but it's a creepy song in a way. I find those lyrics a little creepy, nothing personal. I don't know. I don't know if you're writing about yourself or writing about someone else. Because like, isn't sort of the message like, I knew it was just going to be a matter of time till you realize you needed me. Like, you know, it's kind of got a bit of that. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah, well, that's how people feel.
Like,
that's
when you realize that I can't remember the lyric, but it's like, and that always kind of rubbed me, not in the wrong way. Because the one thing I always liked about you, like I remember when we were listening to that cassette Chad and I had that, however we got it.
Yeah.
And I remember calling Chad and saying like, what do you think of that Theory demo? He said, I like it. What do you think? I said, yeah, I like it too. And we were sort of talking about it. But what I liked, and I remember telling Chad, I said, he kind of reminds me the way he writes of John Fogerty, not musically, but in the sense that he's telling stories about places he's never been. And I like that.
Oh, like,
John Fogerty has never been to the bayou. He grew up in
in California. Well, that was a huge influence with CCR. So like, we had a song called was What You Deserve. Never been Tijuana.
Yeah. Right. So I remember saying that to Chad.
Anyway. Yeah. So that was even nothing come between us. Well, I'm running back and forth here to South Carolina,
which was interesting to me. I thought,
Canadian kids. I mean, we would go on tour and people were like, "These guys are from Delta." Yeah, they're from the Delta.
Yeah, Mississippi Delta blues, man.
Yeah, and we're like, none of the town is called Delta in Canada.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, that always struck me about your writing style was that you weren't afraid to write about that really. You were telling like a fictional story about something. And so since you've been gone in a way, I always sort of was like, is that Tyler? Or is that sort of, I could never really sort of fully figure that out. And who cares? I mean, once the song's out, it's whatever the listener thinks it is anyway. Yeah.
Well, the early lyrics for me were a lot more metaphoric. And then I started switching more to like a lot more know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like holding anything back. Like came back, those kind of songs. Like, exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not pulling any punches.
The bitch was here. She was no longer here. And then she came back. Oh, okay. I see.
Well, that one was like, I remember that was No Surprise on Jay Leno. And before we went on Jay Leno, they're like, yeah, you can't say.
Oh yeah.
So what are you guys going to do? And we're like, what? So we had to just say, I just said witch. Whoa, that witch is leaving me.
I would have gone with but that's me.
You know what's the crazy thing that probably, I mean, we say it now. No Surprise. Going into the first chorus, we had a swear word and we changed the lyric. We faked the lyric so we can get it on radio.
Yeah, right.
So the lyric going into the chorus said, "Oh, they're the guys that you gone and." And the radio was like, we can't play this. He's saying, and
what does it say now?
No, it's what I'm saying, gone and. So what we did, we told radio that I'm saying gunning for.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we wrote it in the lyric, gunning for.
It is actually.
It's gone and.
Never actually changed it.
No, we didn't change it. We just told radio, they're like, well, it's got I fucked him. It's like, no, I'm saying gunning for.
This is before you were enunciating.
Yeah.
Gone and.
And so Gasoline, we just did the 20th anniversary, which is crazy that's 20 years ago. It blows my mind. And I mean, I don't know how much I want to get into this. I will say I was and am pissed at your label, who we've been trying to get going for a year.
For what?
Bonus tracks.
Oh
extra
my!
vinyl.
Is this Warner? Oh my God.
Brutal.
It is.
Brutal.
It's brutal. Poor Julie
so
Boland, man.
Hard. And I got a few other things to say about
December.
your management, but that I'll say for after the.
It's December, and we still haven't released the 20-year anniversary of a record came out this year.
It's so brutal. We had so many great
And we got
plans. We
fired.
had so many ideas, and we just couldn't get any response from Atlantic.
Yeah, well, and of course, then we heard recently that the guy who was doing it all there just got fired.
Yeah.
So now it's somebody else.
Warner
they don't know
is
who it
in
is
some
yet.
trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Warner's our distributor in Canada, and they lost a third of their staff 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, everyone that worked there
what's happening.
that worked at Atlantic, that worked all of our records are all gone. Every single one is gone.
Yeah, it's wild, huh?
Yeah.
But that's happening in all the majors. I mean, you know, and I don't think, and
Keep signing
terrestrial
those
radio.
AI.
I don't think it's it's pretty obvious why. I mean, I think these are all still viable businesses, but not when you've got a huge infrastructure. Like they just can't support the infrastructures anymore. They're sinking. And so you're just getting rid of, everybody. Like it's That was frustrating. I'm still happy it came out. I'm glad that we were able to do something.
Yes.
But boy, we wanted to do a whole bunch more. But
Yeah, we did too. We just were like, start sending emails saying, so what is going on? What's going on? And it was just always like, we're just waiting for somebody to respond.
Let's start planning the 20 year of Scars and Souvenirs.
Yeah, that's in
is that the next one?
Yeah,
I
that's
guess we missed the
2000.
first one.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. When a label gets to a certain age, because now we're 23 years old, I think, all of a sudden it's like, we have all these anniversaries every single year, which I love. I've really changed my focus to the catalog stuff because I just love it. I just enjoy it. You know, it's fun to do. What's with you and drummers? Why do you go through so many drummers? You and
We're
Nickelback,
Spinal
but why
Tap.
do you
Yeah,
go
we're
through so
inspired
many
by
drummers?
Spinal Tap.
Well, so Daniel, I went to high school with Daniel Dares. He graduated with me. Yeah. We went to North Delta, same year. Graduated same year.
I did not know that.
Our graduating class was so huge that we didn't even meet. Didn't even know he existed. And I'm like, were you in the music program? I was like, nope. Because me and Dave were in the music program.
Right.
And same with, who was the drummer from Crippen? Chris Crippen was
Headley.
also at my school. He's a year older, but he was in the
Didn't know
music
that
program.
either.
So North Delta had a lot of bands come out of there.
Wow.
But we knew Daniel Dare from Three Doors Down.
Mm-hmm.
So we toured with Nickelback on the first
Who
record.
were
Then,
also McGaffey?
yeah. So we knew Daniel through Three Doors Down. Then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm out. I went to Nickelback. And we're like, well, all right. But yeah, us and drummers, well, Tim Hart was the OG.
So Tim went to school with you. Like Tim was an old friend.
I knew
right?
Tim, well, family friends. So our families were friends before we were even born.
And he was the singer in the first band, wasn't he?
He was the
I remember
original
correctly?
singer, and I just played guitar. And then slowly, I started coming up with songs, and then we had like a band where we would switch off singers. But then we would get like people would come up to us after the show and be like, "It's different styles." Like what?
It's two different, very different styles.
two different styles. And Tim was
We had to
really
choose a
talented.
path.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He was really talented, and
Yeah.
I
Just
love.
not as a drummer.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, like
Yeah.
he kind of got pushed because I remember the night we were hanging out at Tim's house, and Dave Brenner was in this other band that we played shows with.
Yep.
What were they called? Stone Escher.
Stone Escher. Yeah.
And his band went
Hope
on.
the music was better than the name.
Yeah, the music was like stoner rock,
Yeah.
and they went on this little tour, and they got back and broke up. They couldn't stand each other. I'm like, well, there you go. So Dave was like, hey, I want to join your band. And we were like, well, he plays guitar. We're like, well, I play guitar. Tim plays guitar. Like, there's kind of 3 guitar players. There's no room. He's like, well, what if Tim plays drums? Tim, you want to play drums? And Tim was like, sure. So Tim just kind of
Had to learn it.
defaulted and just, I mean, he already could play drums.
Yeah.
But like, we were all kind of drummers. We all like, everyone can get on the kit. Kind of
Yeah,
play.
he wasn't horrible. He just wasn't great.
He wasn't like, so and then of course, like I talked about the story with like, we're going in the studio tonight.
Yeah.
So we all got thrown into this so fast. And then,
So that's you. That's a 4 of you. Who
Yeah.
were the original. Okay.
Yeah.
and so like immediately Chad was like, well, we're going to have to get someone else to play drums. So Danny did
On the
drums.
first night.
Yeah. So Danny did drums in the first demo.
Danny Craig.
Yeah. And then when we made the other 2 songs, it was Robin Diaz. And then we made the record, we brought Robin back.
Yeah, because I had him written down. Like I sort of was like, who are all the drummers? And like I don't know where I got this info. I don't know if it was
It's a lot. There's a lot of
Wikipedia or what.
drummers.
So it's Tim Hart on the first. At least he might not have played, but he was technically
The drummer on the first record.
He's in
Yeah.
all the videos, and he's. Now you still in touch with him?
No.
I saw him.
I wish we could.
I saw him a couple of times over the years. I saw him. He was coming out of I think he was working as a waiter at an oyster bar
Yep.
on Granville, on Grasstown.
That's it.
Because I hear Simkin, and I'm like, holy but that's already probably more than 10 years ago. Like that's a while ago.
Yeah.
And Rachel, was that his?
Yep. His wife, yeah.
God, that's okay. So there's Tim. Then Brent was second.
Brent Fitz, yeah. He came in, he auditioned. He was awesome. He could sing, play. So he was a
But
second
he wasn't
record.
on the studio. Was he on that?
No.
No, because we didn't have a drummer. We
So
were
who's
literally
Gasoline?
Robin Diaz
Robin
again.
Diaz did it all.
And was Robin ever a member of Theory?
No. Yeah, Robin Diaz. So he'd also did our third record because you get to why we lost Brent Fitz.
Why?
Well, I think what happened was there was no money. So we had Brent out with us for the second record.
Yeah,
and then
the cycle.
Yeah. Then we had a bunch of time off while we wrote songs. And Brent called me and said, I just got offered the gig for Alice Cooper. And like, I have no effing money. Like, I got to take it, or like, and I was like, dude, just take the gig. You got to take the gig. We have nothing.
Because you couldn't like put them on retainer or something.
we had no money.
Like literally had no money. We could be like, we'll put you in the band and you will make nothing.
Still make no money.
Yeah, you will make nothing.
I mean,
So he's like, take the gig.
I always thought one of the things that was nice for you guys was that at least having the split territory deal, like we were cutting you checks for royalties.
We recouped immediately. I mean, what did you guys have to handle other than maybe your own music
We
videos?
made some videos. Sometimes
Yeah.
we paid for all or nothing. So we definitely paid for
Yeah.
stuff.
And even
And
then
marketing and press so we were paying for stuff. But you're right, the recording costs were not coming from us.
No. And we were getting some stuff through Factor. We were getting Factor grants,
Yeah.
which pissed off some people, I think, in Canada. Because technically we were an independent band, but we were like, probably
'cause
the
we
most
were an independent
successful,
label,
Yeah.
most successful independent band in Canada, probably at that point. And we were asking for Factor grants, and they were like, off. But I remember
So we
someone,
got some.
yeah, we did. We got, I think every video we got
We
some
were
sort of,
entitled. It wouldn't have been for the videos. It probably would have been Much Fact, which was a different
Okay.
program, but same idea,
yeah, yeah,
like government funding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we try to take advantage of any kind of Canadian things as possible we could.
Well, I just remember Brenner calling me, and God, I can't remember. This could have been 15 years ago, or I don't know when, but Brenner calling me saying, "We just got a royalty check from you. God bless you." He's like, "I'm so broke. Like, thank you so much."
Yeah.
It was like, "No problem, dude. No problem."
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. He was like immediately recouped, immediately start getting checks, because it took to RX for us to start seeing checks.
Okay,
from
well, I'll tell
Roadrunner.
you some interesting stats. We didn't recoup on the U.S. side of your deal until 4 years ago.
Really? Holy macaroni.
And now we get big checks every
There
6
you
months.
go.
Yeah.
And because we split the accounts up at some point, yours come directly and ours go directly to us.
Okay.
But we've only been recouped for about 4 years.
Boy, oh boy.
It took 15 to 20 years to recoup. And now the checks come in regularly and they're nice checks.
So that's all the long play, man. So tell people, I'm like, it's all going to happen. Just wait.
20 years. Just wait 20 years.
Just wait
Hopefully
20
you don't die of
years.
something
Yeah.
before
Get a
then.
catalog. Everything will be worth a lot of money.
We make way more money off of you now than we ever did when you were signed here.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason.
The long
We were
game.
doing you a
It's paying
favor,
off.
Simkin.
You are welcome.
Yeah. But it is interesting, and it speaks to streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I was a kid, I'm old. When I was a kid, I'm so old. I've told the story on the podcast, but I'm going to tell it again. Music fan as a kid, and like probably both of you were, and a big fan of Fleetwood Mac. And when that first not first Fleetwood Mac record, but when they had that hit Rhiannon, oh God, I made my parents buy me the vinyl. I still have the vinyl record that was self-titled Fleetwood Mac record. Then a year later, 1977, they announced Rumors. And we're touring Rumors. Well, I didn't go out and re-buy the first record why would I buy this? I went and bought Rumors.
Right.
Like everybody else did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fast forward to where we are now. You guys announce a tour. You know what I do when you guys announce a tour? I walk into Tyler's office and high five. Because it's not like the old days where people are just going to go buy your new record. The fans just stream the whole thing.
Yeah.
And when you guys come off a tour, so if you're wondering why you're getting big checks from us, which I think you still are getting some pretty big checks from us, it's because of that. Like, we're not spending money now at all. Like, we were spending money back then. You're right. We weren't spending on records, but we were spending on everything else.
Yeah.
Now we don't spend a dime unless we're doing something like a special release. And the amount of money is crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
I mean, we see it when we go on tour through towns. We see our radio, because the radio stations play "Coming to Town Tonight." Let's play one of their songs now. And then, same thing. The stream.
An oldie but a goodie, Santa Monica.
An oldie but a goodie.
It is wild though. Like that is one of the biggest changes in the business. Like, it is our catalog that keeps this label alive.
With all labels, that's why all labels rely on catalog, because it's just free cash.
That we're not
It's
spending
free
anymore. So
they fund all the new projects, which you should continue to do. Right, developing new bands is like keeps it going. And there's another interesting fact is Daniel Adair played drums on Santa Monica.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
And
there you
Danny
go.
Craig
In LA?
What you deserve, yeah.
Like in LA at the studio with
Yeah,
Howard?
he came by just to hang out. And I think we were just want to play drums. He's like, sure. I don't think he even took a dime. He's like, nah. We just got him to sign something.
Well, I am Daniel's lawyer. We may have to talk about that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of interest that's accrued in 20 years. 20th anniversary, let's see, compounded at 5% a year.
5%, that's fine. It's not bad.